So let me show you something. I'm going to show you Alice Weidel. So when the German president dismantled the parliament, I'm going to show you the German destiny. When the German president dismantled the parliament, that was the day the generational energy ran out. So I'm showing you the timeline. I'm going to start showing you the German destiny. Disclosing to you German destiny. For anyone out there to hear this thing. There is a certain dream called the German dream. A sovereign destiny, the Germans. The destiny of the Germans. The German birthright on the earth. Okay? It goes as following. Once upon a time there was a Germany founded, and all these generations of karma, whatever, it dried up. It dried up. It's called Age of Grace. The grace of God dried up. When this president, the current president, dismantled the parliament, that's when the majority of Germany spiritually defaulted. That is known as spiritual death. Very complicated terms. You can die physically and you can die spiritually. So the West is a spiritual empire under the grace of God. A church in every village under the grace of God. Spiritual empire. When God cancels your spiritual destiny, you're just a fucking floor dweller is what that's called. Just an ordinary hunter-gatherer. You eat, sleep, reproduce. No meaning to your life. Alright? So the majority of Germany was under the grace of God because of what their ancestors did. Protestant Empire, Lutheran Reformation, the Enlightenment of the Middle Ages, all the things the German civilizations did to Europe and beyond. The ups and the downs, yes, there was a down in the 40s as well. Ups and downs. All that generational account that ended. So there is a remnant in Germany, ladies and gentlemen. Those who have not yet lost their spiritual destiny. So we have two classifications of characters in the German dream. How are you doing? I'm disclosing. No problem. The two characters in this German game. Okay? The one side of the German game, the majority, is abandoned by God, given over to Satan. That's called satanic bloodlines. The majority. They say God doesn't exist. They say the Bible is a fairy tale. They're rebellious. They are trying to get rid of the patriarchy. You know that all men are shit. Get rid of the patriarchy. Have all these false gods, the witches, witchcraft, the New Agers. You can call it atheists and New Agers and all kinds of false god worshippers. Anything that's not Christian or Jewish is false god worshipping. All that mixed stuff that has nothing to do with the German destiny. There is a German destiny, and there is a European destiny, and there is an Arabian destiny, and a Western destiny, and a Jewish destiny, Chinese destiny. All these destinies are running around in Germany, mixed culture, and there is something called German destiny. So the German destiny has died. The majority of Germany died. They went into the New World Order normality of the, this anti-Christian normality. They became the riff-raff of the planet, the scum of the earth, abandoned by heaven. But there is a remnant of people in Germany who is not abandoned by God that way. However, these people, yes, are on the other side. And they are experiencing the very same thing as the Dutch and the Americans. So when the American, Donald Trump, enters office, in the American destiny, the curse is lifted. So it has a certain script. You saw in Netherlands, the parliament was dismantled. All of the new elections were held. All of a sudden, the office started. All right, and a new cycle started. That happened also in America. Donald Trump is not yet in office. We're nearing there. So it's like a destiny of a kind whereby certain course of events happen. The darkness leaves, the light shows up. There's a certain process, and this process is like the natural, like the sun going up, the sun going down. It's happening in multiple nations, and I'm showing you the German one, while using the American and the Dutch one, so you can see. So in the Netherlands rose in opposition with Geert Wilders, and in America is rising in opposition with Donald Trump, and these are two different nations with a different account. The Americans have done things to the world completely different than the Dutch have done. The Dutch are older than the Americans. But the Americans have a different inheritance in the sense of the British history. There are all the complex factors which make the timeline of the national destiny completely different. They have a different culture, different utterance of civilization. For the German civilization, most of it died. The second the German president dismantled the government, that's game over. Okay? So now in the United States, the only destiny that matters is the destiny of Donald Trump. You know, the ordinary Americans are waking up and going like, everyone is bowing to Donald Trump. Wow, this guy is getting a lot of power. All the rich guys are just handing everything over. Everyone is kissing Donald. No. People just don't understand this. You know, the American civilization is in the darkness, and on the 20th of January, it will enter the light. It's still in the darkness, so the people don't understand. They can't see, because there's no light. So they go like, how is this Donald Trump getting everyone so far to do what he wants? How is Donald Trump unifying everyone? I will explain that to you. That is not difficult. You Americans and anywhere in the West, you have something called democracy. Every single man is born with a destiny. The destiny of the West is divided in honor in particles. Everyone here has a particle in the destiny of the West, and the destiny of the West manifests itself through the particles, like a body with organs and head, the body, cells and stuff, everything mixed. Everyone plays his role in this Westerner destiny. So everyone matters. Even the smallest cell matters. Everyone in the West matters. It's democracy. Everyone's opinion and vote is respected. Nobody can overrule. There's no organism that can overrule another organism. It is called sovereign individual destiny, granted to you by heaven. Your destiny. So when you all of a sudden start committing the crimes that God cursed you, you will lose this freedom. So the moment the majority of this nation, America, loses this divine right of free will, yes, you have to understand free will is a gift of God that you will get until you die. After death, there is no free will. Free will is a gift to see if you're worthy and unworthy. So when you have gone through life and received all the tests, trials, and temptations, and God is done evaluating you if you're worthy or not, yeah, then comes the sting of death or whatever comes to you, and then all of a sudden the free will is revoked. It has a purpose. So the moment God measures the Americans and the generational blessings run out, yeah, all of a sudden 90% of America's free will ends. And then you have another 10% in the United States, which is the remnant. But the remnant's destiny only works in the Republic of the United States. But what if the Republic dies? What's going to happen with these 10%? Their destiny needs to be redesigned. So there is a certain force of destiny behind the minority in the United States. And then God can say, okay, well, this was American Republic. 90% of that is condemned. It will die. So let's make a new something and create a new hierarchy system. Who says that's a democracy? Could be a constitutional monarchy. Could be anything. It's up for God to decide. So the individual destinies all of a sudden no longer serve the Republic, but serve a other purpose. So all of a sudden, the closer you come to the 20th of January, more and more the Americans who still have a soul and did not spiritually die, their destiny is reprogrammed, in a sense, to go into the Trump destiny. The more the Biden destiny is dying, the more the birthright of the people who are considered woke is ending. Yeah, the chains of imprisoning of mental prisons in the United States end, and all of a sudden people go like, oh, okay, so it is God's will to do this. People wake up. They wake up out of a fucking satanic coma. That's what it's called. Okay, so that's the American destiny. That's with the Spirit of God. That is the American destiny. That's how it goes. So here in Germany, something like that is happening, only it's different. So in America, the leader of the timeline is Donald Trump. And of course, Donald Trump has his own issues. Just like how in the Netherlands, the equivalent Geert Wilders has his own issues. There is a certain evaluation of the man. That's what I want you to see. So there is a generational classification of power. From all the bloodlines of the Americans who survived spiritual death, there is a certain evaluation of power. Some people are born for entertainment industry. Some people are born for politics. People born for business or military. There is a certain hierarchy. And then Donald Trump has the most birthright in the American destiny. And so Geert Wilders has the equivalent in the Netherlands. So the one with the most powerful destiny in the nation leads the timeline. So here in Germany, I found out, yes, that is Alice Weidel. So you have to understand, all of a sudden spiritual death entered the entire German destiny, endgame Germany, and all the timelines ended, the whole system crashed, the government cannot continue, and then there is still some energy in the nation that is capable of creating a future. And then you have a whole hierarchy of people who still have spiritual destiny, and then you have an individual hierarchy system, and on top of the game is Alice Weidel. Alice Weidel has the most birthright of the survivors of the German destiny. But Alice Weidel is a homosexual woman, ladies and gentlemen. So Donald Trump is not a homosexual man, nor Geert Wilders is a homosexual man. So these people have not been perverted. They got issues, ladies and gentlemen. Donald Trump got issues, you will see. Geert Wilders has issues, you will see. These people have issues as spoken about in these prophetic podcasts. What man has no issues? What man has no journey? These men will go through the journey. However, Alice Weidel is a sinner. Okay, so we have Donald Trump and we have Geert Wilders. These are two examples I'm bringing up before you. They're not necessarily sinners in the sense that they are offensive to God. Alice Weidel is a sinner that is offensive to God, opposing the teaching in a way that got fire down upon Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay, so I'm not pointing out to the sin or to the theology. I'm just saying this is the difference between Germany, Netherlands, and America. Okay, so the condition of the bloodlines of the Germans is more negative than the Dutch and the Americans. In the book of Romans is written that when God casts you out, He will give you over to certain spirits, whereby you can be used by something that is ungodly, and the ungodly will live through you, inhabit it. Whereby you're given over to lust, that's what's in the Bible. Men will go with men, children will become disobedient, blah, blah, blah. The whole list of crazy crimes and crazy sins. That's when God says goodbye, gives you over. Usage for perverted purposes. So no such thing happening in the United States and Netherlands. That is happening here in Germany. The generational curses of the remnant of God in the German destiny, they're great. They're of the classification of perversions. We're dealing here with a perverted clan of German political figures who are the survivors in the German destiny while the majority of Germany is spiritually dead. And I'm wandering around here in Germany with this knowledge, and they're going like, hey, people over there, your sins are going to find you because this AfD is going to rise to power. That's how this goes. So you see, in the Netherlands, I have personal experience with the legal system. So I know what it is like before Geert Wilders rose to power. I know the Netherlands before a spiritual death entered the Netherlands. So when everyone in the Netherlands still mattered, everyone's curses also lived through these people, creating a certain Dutch destiny that was not yet punished by God, whereby the hierarchy system and the destiny of everyone in the Netherlands was under divine protection, whereby everyone's stupidity could continue. Never-ending fucking stupidity and manipulation. Wandering around there seeing it, combating it, and continually seeing the spirit of manipulation operating through these Dutch people, and then confronting them with their fucking bullshit and seeing how they would continually criminalize me because I'm continually exposing them. Insulting them was what they thought it was. The truth is an insult. The truth is hate speech. They want tolerance. Tolerance in the level that it is sick. Tolerance of crime even. Even crime can no longer be called crime. It is the end. The end of a cycle. You got these Greek teachers who said at the end of a dying society you have tolerance. Well, this tolerance went endless until the judgment of God appeared. Spiritual death fall upon Netherlands, and there came Geert Wilders and this political wind. And I saw the transition. So I saw what happened. I saw the energy in the air of the Dutch destiny, in the aether of Netherlands. I saw what happened when the opposition won. So I know what's going to happen here in Germany. The energies of the Germans on the day Alice Weidel wins these elections with AfD and become the number one force. All these energies in the German aether will disappear, and only the AfD energies will stay behind. And then when you are anti-AfD, you will be criminalized. I'm telling you the truth. The moment Geert Wilders won the Dutch elections, the social credit score system in the Netherlands changed, and all of a sudden the hooligans would normally be criminalized were no longer criminalized because they were pro-Geert Wilders. So the moment you go against democracy, this is the teaching to the German Republic. Yes, Netherlands is a small country, but it is a complete country. It is under the grace of God type of civilization, whereby that is a model that can be used for another civilization. Just because this is a bigger one doesn't mean that smaller one doesn't make sense. It makes sense. The moment you are democratically the winner, you are the winner. And the moment you disrespect democracy, you are a fucking criminal. You are like a Nazi. You're a dictatorial asshole. The elections say this is the will of the people. And if the people vote for some real stupid shit, sorry, who are you to judge that? Democracy is democracy. Change the constitution, elect a king or whatever, and the democracy, fine. But no, as long as it is a democracy, the people vote, and that is the will of the people. That is how the West works. So the moment you start to say, okay, the elections were won by this Geert Wilders individual, and you start attacking Geert Wilders, demonizing Geert Wilders, whatever you're doing, I'm using him as an example, you are threatening the democracy. So the moment you're a threat against the democracy, and there is a collective of hooligans somewhere with criminal tendencies, but because they are pro-Geert Wilders, those men with criminal tendencies are all of a sudden avengers of God. That's how this works. Because the man won the elections, so defending him is in the national interests. That's what's going to happen in Germany. The moment this AfD wins, nobody here in Germany knows, because they don't have any spiritual understanding. Germany is just a secularized nation without any spiritual understanding. Now, now the AfD is the bad guy, but wait until they win. The social credit score system will change, and if you start bad-mouthing the AfD, the German social credit score system will turn against you and turn you into a radical. Just like how it's happening to America now. There was a cartoon made by an individual who won a lot of prizes. A famous cartoonist, regarded. You make the wrong cartoon, she was forced to walk the fuck away. Who are you? All of a sudden, what is right is changed. All of a sudden, you no longer can, attack Donald Trump, because he is the will. And when you attack Donald Trump, you attack the will. When you help Donald Trump, you help the will. It is really that hardcore. So Alice Weidel was about to become that. This German destiny was flowing into the future, where Alice Weidel would walk around in Germany, and any bad word you speak about her or her normality, her homosexuality, whatever, her IDs. If you're against her, the German system will fucking ostracize you, criminalize you, and demonize you. So Alice Weidel, her energy is already in the German social credit system. The moment the German president deactivated the parliament, the energy, spiritual death entered entire Germany, and whoever is still alive rules the land. So the AfD is not yet elected and in office, but already made the prophetic podcast. It will happen. They will find a way to claim power in this nation, because they are not yet spiritually dead. And the other ones are. Just like how in the United States and Netherlands happened. Some kind of a opposing wind. A wind of opposition rising to power. It's a trend these days. I spoke about that trend in the prophetic podcast about the rise of AfD. So the moment Alice Weidel is the chief of the birthright that is rising, what she is going to do is play God's judgment. So you have like an opposition claiming power, changing everything, whereby all of a sudden the old normality is no longer good and the new normality is good, but the new normality, they don't like it. People don't like the new normality because they voted for things they want. People don't vote for the things they need. They vote for the things they want because they're emotionally immature. So people keep voting for these things that's not good for them, and then they destroy themselves, and all of a sudden they fall upon God's judgment, and those people who are not like that raised to power, and the people who see that go like, oh my God, we have to flee the country. The dictator came. No. The disciplinary came. Discipline. The discipline came. You know, the ass whoop of God came. So Alice Weidel was going to walk around in Germany, become the ruler of Germany, and be the ass whoop to the Germans. So you see, I'm wandering around and I'm starting to involve myself in the American destiny with Donald Trump and Elon Musk, and all of a sudden the social credit system of Germany starts interfering in my destiny because of what? Here, all of a sudden, Elon Musk is declared a threat against democracy because he is letting Alice Weidel go to some platform. She's giving Alice Weidel a platform. You see what this witch is doing? This witch didn't even enter power and is already creating a conflict between the United States and Germany. And you all can't afford that with the Russia-China thing hissing at you. Okay? So Germany's karma is so bad that a witch, literally, I'm telling you the truth, in the classic form, a witch would rise to power and rule you. Let me tell you what I mean with that. So in ancient Israel, you also had a witch ruling Israel. So King Ahab was the ruler, but there was a woman he married called Jezebel, and Jezebel backstage ruled King Ahab. So Queen Jezebel was the de facto ruler of the kingdom of Israel. That's what I mean with witch. So Alice Weidel walks around the quote-unquote Christians, and they have their Bible, and, you know, Alice Weidel makes sure that they don't go too far, these so-called Ahabs. The Ahabs of the AfD have a little mommy, little Queen Jezebel. And the Queen Jezebel is the biggest one of them all. So they need Queen Jezebel, because Queen Jezebel has the blood, the blood, you know what I mean? She has the power in her blood. The shiny armor inherited from a descendancy. So she is the only one with the big armor walking in Germany who can defeat the enemies, you know. So Alice Weidel's destiny was to go and play Thanos. Just a joke. I just need to use some kind of pop culture to get it in your mind what it means to be the judgment of God. So all of a sudden you have an endgame Germany where an opposition is erased and there's some opposing force shows up, and this Alice Weidel just crushes you with your errors. You talk all this big shit, and Alice Weidel will find out your weaknesses and crush you with them in front of the people. And all the people hate the government, go like, yeah! You know what I mean? Riling up the people. Right? Alice Weidel would just continually see everyone's bullshit and use everyone's bullshit against them. Just like Queen Jezebel walk around in Israel and all of a sudden go like, Ahab, you know, don't lecture me. Look at your own sins. Fix your own sins before you start commenting on my sins. Okay? Don't judge my homosexuality before you first become a real Christian. You know, so before all the AfD become a real Christian, instead of a play Christian, this witch can keep walking among them. So the Christianity of Germany is mirrored in Alice Weidel, the witch. Just like the destiny of Israel in the book of the Old Testament, under the rule of King Ahab, the blood of Germany is the same blood of Israel during that time. The German destiny, the civilization of Germany, the timeline of Germany, the German dream is ticking like how the Israeli dream destiny was ticking when King Ahab was ruling. Backstage there was a queen who ruled him. Ahab was not a man. He was ruled by his woman. Look around in German society. So sometimes I watch these performances of Alice Weidel, and yes, doesn't look good. So the maturity of Christianity in the opposition is so low that the strongest they have is a witch. So all of a sudden, the Americans see the German Thanos, just to give it a name. In Endgame Germany, there is a force released upon the Germans to punish the Germans for their Satanism. A knight in armor, stronger than everyone else, who keeps defeating everyone, easily can take power, continually keeps taking power, keeps riling up the people, can even go to foreign nations and get invited to do all these things. No German invited at the inauguration, except for Alice Weidel. You know what I mean? She gets it done. The whole party look at her going like, we can't do it like her. We don't have that type of birthright. Right? So she's putting all the Germans in their place. Right? And coincidentally, she herself is full of sin and wickedness. But that's not the thing. She has the birthright to play the judgment of God in the German destiny. So the German timeline will go on. And there come this opposition like in America and Germany. And no, the birthright of Alice Weidel is here. And not in Alice Weidel. Because I started a big fight with Germany. This German destiny keeps interfering in the Lübeckian destiny. And every single time that happens, I respond with hostility, with greater hostility. So to create peace between me and Germany, I demanded the birthright of Alice Weidel, making me the main opposing character in the German destiny, and no longer Alice Weidel. And I am showing you the timeline of the entire German future. The Satanists are dying, and there is a judgment of God timeline rising. Let's call it the opposition. But the knights in shiny armor of Germany are not good. They are like King Ahab. They're weak and they're docile. They're not real. The Christianity in them is not strong enough to be delivered. The Christianity in them manifested a witch, not a saint. The Christianity in them didn't manifest a prophet, like how the Christianity in Trump manifests a prophet. No, it manifests a witch. The German standing with heaven is not right. So I'm using the birthright of Alice Weidel, who can just walk around in the German destiny and just play the judgment of God upon the German destiny to put the German Satanists back in their place. And no, I'm not a homosexual. And no, I'm not a sinner. What man has no sin? I'm not talking about saying that I have no fault. I'm saying there are certain things you can do to offend heaven. I'm not doing those type of things. And now I show you this. Donald Trump and Geert Wilders and many other oppositional forces are also not doing that. There are certain sensitivities that you should respect. And Alice Weidel is not doing that. And there will be no peace between me and Germany if a woman like that rules Germany. I will not be ruled by a witch. So to create peace between me and Germany, I demanded the birthright, making me the individual with the energy to play the oppositional force. And I'm using this oppositional force to talk with you, oppositional force of Germany. Amend your ways because your blood is too thin. This Christianity in Germany is too thin.